Yes, yes. What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Euro Sports Talk Network coming at you with a debut, the first edition of a new live stream called Off the Cuff. That's exactly what this is. Off the Cuff, man, is a live stream where I'm just kind of be jumping on, kind of like, off the cuff, right? Sometimes I want to do reactions for certain things and I want to go live, right? Sometimes, I don't do when, like yesterday, I wasn't able to get on the show, had some technical issues. There was a area wide outage and my internet was down for like the entire night and I couldn't do the unscripted sports guys. Shout out to my boy Cricket, man. It was sport. Got home, had those issues. Go ahead and went ahead and send them a message saying that I can't get on because no internet, so we couldn't get on last night. That was on my side. So it's one of those things that I want to have a single show where when I'm able to do the other two shows, Cigars and Sports and the unscripted as you see every week, I want to have something where I could just jump in original, whether it's going to be by myself, I'm going to have a guest on and stuff like that. It's more of a off the cuff. That's exactly the title of this show. Something we're going to do, you know, over just impromptu, right? Your boy likes to go at lib, go definitely at lib. So just one of those things, man. It's going to be a show that is instantaneous, man. React live and do this kind of stuff. And also, like I said, a makeup, kind of like a filler, just to have something in addition to what we currently have. It's going to be something that it's not really off the cuff. Is a show that's pretty much not scheduled. It's just going to be off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? Impromptu, baby. And because last night, like we couldn't get on, again, had some issues with my internet. It's not a citywide outage, but a area outage from my cable company. And, it was taken care of, but your boy's back. And last week, again, we had no show. Your boy was on vacation. The family took the family to the Great Wolf Lodge, spent a few days over there for my birthday and my daughter's birthday, who's 2 days apart. Happy birthday to my baby daughter, Katie, my baby girl. And it was last Friday, my big 12-year-old girl, you know what I'm saying? Your boy just turned 47. That's right. I know I don't look it, but yeah, I'm 47. But yeah, man, took a week off, did some stuff. I've been super slam at work. But however, your boy's back at it like a bad habit. And we're going to talk some stuff, man. There was some highlights, stuff that happened over the weekend. We got some football news, the little bit NBA. It's not probably going to be an hour show. We're looking at probably 30 minutes of some reactions here that I have. And let me just get on it. Let me just jump on this bad boy right here. All right, let's talk some stuff here, man. And let's start this out with the NBA has been on fire. And we had some, I'm not going to cover everything, but let me just share with you some of the stuff that happened throughout the weekend, right? Deebo Samuels, start with that. He's now a Commander. Smart move by the 49ers, freeing up about $17 million in cap space. Great dump. You know what I'm saying? Great dump. Because Deebo has definitely lost a step or two. All right. He's definitely lost a step or two. And he's not the same player. Injury prone, doesn't play a full season. Hell of a talent. And I think it's a good fit for the Commanders. So Deebo just not has to get on fucking shape right now. And get busy here and become that Deebo that we saw a few years ago that got him that big-ass contract that the 49ers just decided to get rid of. Smart move with the 49ers, build draft capital. They are on I guess we're going to say rebuilding mode for the 49ers. Robert Saleh's back. They got to rebuild that defense and bring it back to the glory days when they were just, winning conference championships and getting back to the Super Bowl. So kind of cool. Deebo is a great fit for the Commanders and Jaden Daniels, another weapon that's going to give Jaden a different dimension. That's going to it's just going to help his skill set overall, man. So right there, man, Deebo is now a Commander. Shout out to the 49ers they are okay to, entertain offers for Brandon. The 49ers right now, man, they don't care. They are going to entertain offers for Brandon Ayuk also, who they just signed last year. They don't care. They just want to build draft capital. And I think everybody and anybody can get it in the 49ers when it comes to probably getting traded. All right. So shout out to the 49ers. And again, another great piece, another great weapon for that young stud of Jaden Daniels, man. So they really want to go after the fact that, hey, they want to make sure that this kid doesn't have the sophomore jinx that CJ Stroud had. CJ will be back anyway. So yeah, man, that's kind of the first news. Let me go back. We also have, let me see here where we're at. The Bengals tag T. Higgins. No surprise here. T. Higgins gets the tag here, my friend, for $26 million. The franchise tag. Now that doesn't mean that they may end up signing him. They still working on a long-term deal, but Joey Buckets, Joe Burrow wants everybody. He wants the band back, bro. Wants Henderson, wants Jamar, wants Bengal. I mean, T. Higgins. He doesn't want anybody to go, and I don't know how the hell they're going to do that. But the tag for $26.2 million at Higgins. Let's see what happens. This is interesting. I think if they don't get to an agreement of a long-term deal here, I think Higgins might pull one of the sit-outs. Let's see. The draft has a lot to do with what's going to happen with a lot of these contracts, and the draft is coming up in a few weeks. So, T. Higgins, man, T. Higgins is a baller, man. What, 34 touchdowns? This has been with the Bengals. It's a great offense. T. Higgins definitely fits the mold of a number one in a different team. Let me rephrase that. He could be a number one in a different team. However, we shall see in what type of offense and what scenario he would be in a different team. If can he live up to the expectation of that number one? We know what he could do with the Bengals because, hey, it's an offense where he's comfortable, where he's ran all his entire career, where he's played an entire career. And when you play next with a guy like Jamar Chase, who is probably the best, second best, 1A, 1B after Jefferson and Lamb, that kind of status of level of, wide receiver, eliteness of a wide receiver. T. Higgins nowhere near that level. But he's a really darn good. Could possibly be a number one in some other teams. But again, best case scenario for him to have his best success is with the team that he's played with his entire career, the Bengals. So Bengals want to keep him, so they tag him. You know what I'm saying? T. Higgins got that bag, baby. Got that tag. So now the other person who didn't get a tag but got a bag was Saquon Barkley. I mean, the Eagles just are thanking Barkley because they won a Super Bowl. Saquon get the 2-year extension. All right. 40.2 million with 36 million guaranteed. I think puts him at 20 million a year. First running back ever to get a yearly salary of 20 million. And man, I love Saquon, former Giant, right? Hate the fucking Eagles. Forever hate the Eagles, but love Saquon because the kid deserves every single dime, man. And you see me, you've heard me mention this pretty much in every show. He would have never had the season he had this season, right? Leading rusher, offensive player of the year, over 2,000 yards, Super Bowl winner, carry that team. Let me tell you, he's one of the main reasons why they beat the Rams. Probably the main reason they beat the Rams, all right, in that first round. In that first game, which they were a play away from losing. So the Eagles are rewarding him for how much and how important he was to this offense. If Saquon didn't play with the Eagles this year, I don't think we'll be calling the Philadelphia Eagles the Super Bowl champion. It is what it is, man, because when that offense struggled and Jalen was not as sharp as he was during the last few 6 or 7 games in the season when they got really clutch, we'll be talking a different story. Saquon, to me, was the savior of that team. No bullshit. You hate me, come at me, but I honestly, if Saquon did not have been signed or picked up by the Eagles, we would not be saying Eagles and Super Bowl champs in the same sentence. It is what it is. That's just what it is. And look, they are giving him the money. They gave him the bag. They gave my man the bag as a pure thanks for what he did. I mean, holy shit, man. What a great year for Saquon Barkley, man. Money is flowing. New contract extension, Super Bowl champ, could have broken the all-time single season rushing record, but decided to not play the last game. I don't blame him. And at the end of the day, he put up the team and the team's success, which is a championship, over his personal accolades and records. And what else can you say about a guy that sacrifices and puts the team first? All right, as cheesy and cliche as may sound, you can't say enough but great things about a player like Saquon Barkley, who is team mentality first. Second, personal accomplishments second. That's pretty dope, man. But yeah, let's see what happens next season. Fuck the Eagles. Your boy's a Giants fan. So see that? Your boy's a Giants fan right there. See, Giant Street, bro. Let's see what happens with my Giants. It completely sucks, but yeah, baby. Welcome again to the first edition ever of Off the Cuff. A new addition to the Average Joe Sports Talk Network. Again, a freestyle type of show where your boy just starts shooting out of the top of the dome, man, when he feels like just getting on and just talking sports. You know what I'm saying? All right, what else we got here? Just breaking today. This is going to be interesting. Davante Adams has been released by the Jets. We knew this was going to happen, right? Jets are in total rebuild mode, clean up house. Let's bring it all down and let's start all over again. Look, we see Davante still $1,000 yard, still 1,000-yard receiving yards, wide receiver, and probably like 8 to 10 touchdowns, right? I think those are T. Higgins numbers from a guy that's like 10 years older than T. Higgins. The man can still produce, right? This guy, any team that's on the border, all right, of a championship, right, where you're about to, like, you know what I'm saying, closely to get ready to be there in that particular scenario, I honestly think that you are ready. You should be going after this. This could be the Derrick Henry, all right, of next year. There's some teams out there who are borderline ready to get busy. You may lose Cooper Kupp in LA. Davante Adams there. It's a great fit. The Ravens, again, a team that's right on the cusp. Get over the hump. Davante Adams can be that Derrick Henry of next year. There's various teams, man, that can use this man's service because he's still nasty and can be such a huge difference maker for a team that is right there borderline to make it to the Super Bowl. All right. The Buffalo effing Bills. I know the Kansas City Chiefs just made it to the third Super Bowl, even though they lost. Picture this guy with the Kansas City Chiefs. He should be one of the hottest commodities available and sought after and pursued right now after today. I am so interested to see where Davante Adams is going to end. The other question is, Davante Adams going to end wherever Aaron Rodgers is? Aaron Rodgers playing the card of like, yo, you got me, you got my boy Davante, so we're a package deal, 2 for 2, baby. That means that they could end up in the Giants next to Malik Neighbors and Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback, and potentially the young quarterback they draft. There's a lot of crazy ass scenarios where Davante Adams can end up, man. And for Davante Adams, probably since he played with Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers was still prime Aaron Rodgers, and they were winning games and making it to the NFC Championship and losing to Kansas City or the 49ers or whatever the case may be. I'm sorry, not Kansas City, but listen to like the 49ers or whatever. This could be probably the best case scenario and last chance for him to land himself with a winner. Last year was a complete waste. He wasted his last 3 years of his career with the Raiders. This could be his last shot at a winner if either the Bills or the Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs, right, can pick this guy up. If he decides to follow Aaron Rodgers, talking about Davante Adams, and end up wherever Aaron is, it could be New York. Not the Raiders again, of course. I don't know. This could be a complete shit show for one more year for Davante. So if I'm him, man, I'm staying away from Aaron, his homeboy, and I am focusing and telling my agent, get me a spot in any of the following 3 teams: Ravens, Bills, Kansas City. All right. I would be like, yo, get me a spot in any of those 3 freaking teams, baby, because I'm ready to go. Shit, even Dallas. But again, To me, Devontae Adams should be one of the most sought after individuals right now in this offseason, right before the draft. I mean, there's teams that can still use this guy. This guy's still a 1,000 yards receiving wide receiver, probably get you 8 to 10 touchdowns, depending on who the quarterback is or what's, where he's going to end up. I mean, this dude's still legit. So this is going to be interesting. And there's teams that should be able to use the service pretty freaking quick. Oh, man, where we are at here, I think that's what we got from a football standpoint. We got T. Higgins. We got, what I'm saying? Here, let me, I want to share this with you guys. Hold on a second here. Let me just go ahead and I want to talk a little bit about some of these quarterbacks and the pro day that we have last week, right? You know what I'm saying? The combine. And you know how Will Howard was like the shit, man, the talk of the town of how he's had one of the worst combines, right, out there in a very long time for a quarterback, right? Oops, sorry, we got to put this over here, right? So, oops, man, I messed up over here. Hold on a second, guys. There you go. And with that being said, shoot, man, hold on, I messed up my my stuff over here. Let me go ahead and put this over here so like that I don't mess around anymore. Messed up. I got a new screen actually, by the way, guys. So got a new screen. So I'm over here a little bit of kind of messed up. See, I messed up right here. Damn it. I had the Will Howard video on. Let me get over here. Here you go. There you go, man. Let's get back over here. All right, let me sorry about that, folks. A little technical difficulties. Just nothing new. Nothing new here. Sorry, guys. Let's get back to the beginning here. Hold on a second. There you go. Don't mind my DMs here. We got to talk a little bit about Kyrie, and we got to talk about that trade.
Transfer portal and how that's impacted college football. For me, on the scouting side of things, the realignment.
The whole new was him missing and looking really, really horrible and awful. And at these workouts. Overthrowing guys, missing guys. And I'm going to give you my theory on this. I mean, if you look at this, right, from any standpoint, I was like, holy shit, this guy sucks.
Let's put a little more air under this. The first one was a little flat. That was better. I'm trying to figure out this angle.
So here is my take on this, right? There's a reason why certain quarterbacks skip the combine to throw, right? Shador did it. Cam did it. They both skipped it. Jackson Dart, on the other hand, had an amazing workout here and showing at the combine. I mean, he was the talk of the town. Will Howard led the Big Ten with 35 touchdowns, as you see there, 4th in FBS, right? The reason why players skip this, right, is because when a guy like this goes in there, right, tank top, shorts, and he's throwing to another individual, a complete stranger, another wide receiver he doesn't know, he's not accustomed to, right? This is another guy that's never played with, right? And one of the things about quarterbacks, yeah, you should be able to hit guys, especially when they're not being guarded, right? When they're wide open, you're just playing catch, right? It's kind of, when you got the lights and you are throwing the football to another individual, another individual that's not one of the guys you have chemistry with, one of your teammates that you've been throwing the football to the last 2 years, somebody you haven't practiced with, this could happen. And what it does, it kind of puts a negative light on him because, of course, everybody was like, hey, holy crap, what is he doing? What is he doing, man? This person should not be in any way getting drafted high at all. This guy is not an NFL-ready quarterback if he can't make certain throws. That's kind of what you have. But in this case, honestly, I think it's just a bad situation when it does hurt you more than it does help you. So a lot of players, like Cam Ward and Shador, especially, even though Shador said that, people should be, sweating him because, he should, he should not be showcasing anything. They've seen already what he could do. That's one of the reasons he gave why he didn't go to the combine. So this, and I know why he didn't go to the combine, because of this same particular reason. Because this could happen. Because it's not because you suck. It's because you're not used to the patterns or the other end, or the perfect stranger that you're throwing the football to. So I think it's a hit or miss. I don't think Will Howard should be judged by this. I think the dude that you've seen, he has a good body of work in his college career. So now, however, this may hurt his draft position, which in turn, it might be good for another team. So, hey, man, it sucks. It sucks for Will Howard. But however, that's it is what it is. It is what it is, man. What else we got here? And last night, Kyrie Irving suffers a season-ending ACL tear. And just like Kobe goes out there and shoots his free throws. I want to play this video for you. Kyrie gets hurt, gets up, gets taken to the line, actually carried to the line technically. And he shoots his final 2 free throws. But let me show you this video. Some gutsy stuff. He pulled his inner Kobe, rest in peace, Mamba. And this dude was actually crying on the free throw. I think it must have been pain.
For those wondering why is he shooting the free throws, if there's a possibility of him coming back to the game, he has to shoot these free throws.
Exactly right.
I don't know why they do this. So he hits his free throw.
With 2:35 left in the first quarter, Kyrie goes to the line.
They're going to foul and get him out of the ball game.
And immediately their security came out to help carry him back. And the officials are saying, hey, you got to wait for the whistle. And there's a technical being assessed, it looks like, to the bench. And the Kings will take a free throw.
At this point, you really don't know if it was an ACL tear or not, but it was a devastating injury that he needed him to be out the game. So he goes out there, shoots his free throw, and then gets assisted out of the
Tyler
court.
Ford calls the technical foul as rules will usurp any kind of emotional sentiment at the moment. Irving will get some aid.
I really feel bad for Kyrie Irving. I do. I feel bad for Kyrie. But with that being said, folks, let's cover something real quick. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about this right here. Honestly, I think we don't have to beat a dead horse. But this has to be the worst trade in the history of the NBA. Trading your franchise player in Luka Doncic. And you heard me say my take on this. Because look at what happened. I am not surprised during this scenario. Both Kyrie and Anthony Davis have had a very published career when it comes to injuries. Anthony Davis not even played a full game and suffers an abductor injury. Supposedly he's going to be out for 10 games, right? A month, they say. Kyrie has been balling out. Listen, Kyrie, there's no doubt this dude can ball. Since he came into the league, his only problem has been his availability. The few times that he's played almost a full season, team has been successful. That one year they beat the Cavs, that comeback year, a lot of that championship, a lot of that success, as much props as they give LeBron James. Shit, if Kyrie wasn't healthy, unlike the previous year where they lost to Golden State, that's another Golden State championship. And Kyrie doesn't get enough credit. He was a big reason why they made it to the NBA Finals last year. Fizzled out at the end, it is what it is, but still balled out. Luka gets traded. He's asked to take on the load. Kyrie starts bowling the F out because he can do that. This is a guy that played 10 games as a freshman in Duke and still was number 1 pick because he was hurt also, by the way. I think he played like a couple of games and then came back for the few games of the season and then a run in March Madness, right? In the tournament. And the guy still gets picked number 1. So the question about Kyrie And Anthony Davis has never been about the talent and how good of a players they are. It has been about their health and availability. It's no secret these guys have had multiple season-ending injuries in their career. Anthony Davis is a beast. Yes, he's going into a great scenario with Kyrie play the 4 instead of the center. And you see what he did in 3 quarters before he got hurt in his natural position as a forward. Destroyed it, 26 points, like 16 rebounds. And that was in the 3rd quarter where he got hurt. This guy was having a monster game. But knowing all of this, knowing this is, and I'm just a fan. Imagine, and you're a GM and Nico Harrison. You should know this. But the fact that they traded Luka to have this, it's not a surprise that both players, most likely, we know for a fact Kyrie is not coming back season ending. Most likely, Anthony Davis is probably going to be set down and shut down for the rest of the season. The Dallas Mavericks are not going to make the playoffs. I said it right here. They will not make the playoffs. They are not going to make the playoffs. You traded Luka Doncic to win now, and you're going to end up no Luka and not making the playoffs. Nico Harrison or the owner, whoever the hell agreed to do this, to trade the best player in the NBA in Luka Doncic, the next face of the NBA, to not make the playoffs, they should be fired. And the team owner should be forced to sell the fucking team. It is what it is. Yo, it is what it is, man. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're done. Stick a fork in the Dallas Mavericks. They're completely done for the season. Goodbye. Goodbye. Again, Nico Harrison should not have a job upcoming next season. And if I'm Jason Kidd, I am packing my bags and going somewhere else. Because I'll guarantee you, Jason Kidd didn't sign up not to coach Luka Doncic, who actually, by the way, was unaware of the trade as well. So I think the Dallas Mavericks have become the biggest dumpster fire in such a short spur. I think it's ever happened before. You go from the NBA Finals the previous year to having one of the best players in the league, probably 1A, 1B, the face of the league as well, trading him for peanuts, for nothing, for rocks, to not making the playoffs. Because they're not going to make the playoffs with all these 2 players. Even if Anthony Davis is the one coming back and he comes back, they're not making the playoffs. They maybe, best case scenario, they make the play-in tournament. Wow. What a turn of events. And people say, well, injuries is something you can't account for. You cannot account for injuries. However, when there's history of injuries, just like Kyrie had well documented in his career, when you have that and Anthony Davis as well, then guess what? There's no excuse. That's why the GM gets paid the money that he gets paid. That's why. It's effing ridiculous. Wow. Ridiculous. I feel bad for Kyrie. You are looking at probably maybe two years left in Kyrie's career. He might call it quits after this. Maybe not this year, but he might come back, give it another try. Anthony Davis, street close. He also has maybe 2-3 years max left at a high competitive level. Injuries keep piling up like this. Players are going to retire. These 2 guys got more money than they could, even dream for. So it is what it is. I don't think I think the Lakers all of a sudden now with Luka, they've won like 6 in a row. They're number 2. They're the 2nd seed now from the 5th seed in the Western Conference, all because of this trade. LeBron is probably the luckiest son of a bitch superstar in the history of the NBA because he's gone to play with so many great players next to him. and Luka just falls in his lap. Again, I'm not blaming LeBron. It's not his fault. This is one that LeBron did not have a single hand in it. And he may have another championship delivered to him just because. Oh, man. That's it. That's all I got for you. I thought it was going to be about a 30-minute show. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. This is a brand new format, a new show that I want to incorporate in the in my library of things. You know, we got Unscripted with my man Cricket. We will do. I do the Cigars and Sports. That's kind of like every once in a while where me and Jim get together, smoke some cigars, talk sports. But Off the Cuff is one of those things that, you know, when I miss, you know, when we have issues where those two shows cannot get on, this will be my filler show. And it's also the show that I'm going to pop in when I want to react to stuff, man. When I want to do things just like the title, just like the name of the show, Off the Cuff. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate this. I need to start putting these things back on audio. You know what I mean? Back on iTunes and all that kind of crap. It's just the time is limited, man. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is your boy E-Man from the AverJoeSports.network. Signing out, y'all. Peace.